Hi, and welcome to Flacey's Play Space Virtual Learning. We're so glad you're able to join us this year in a time that's been unprecedented. We're very excited to offer you Flacey's Play Space virtual learning opportunities in various videos that you can choose. My name is Julie Perry. I'm an Indian River State College adjunct professor and owner of Inspire to Impact Consulting. And during this next 10 minutes, we're going to show you how to use recyclable, reusable items you can find in your own home in a way to educate young children. Virtual learning seems to be the norm right now, so whether you're teaching VBK virtually, elementary school, or you just want to find things to do with your children at the home, let's go inside and take a look as we get ready. Welcome. So welcome to my living room. As a child, the living room was the family gathering place, other than the kitchen, where children would create forts out of different materials in the house, or tents. I hope you had that experience as a child. Part of having home-like environment at school or virtually with VBK at home allows for teachers to use what materials are already in a child's environment. Children are comfortable with those items. For example, towels. We can look through the house to find various size towels, hand towels from the kitchen and towels from the bathroom, or beach towels for the swimming pool. Towels have different textures, and that allows a child to explore with different textures, sizes, and being able to manipulate those types of items. A small towel is going to be much different in size than a larger blanket. There are various size blankets within the house. I remember when I was a child dragging down the comforter off of my mother's queen size and king size bed, and I was only 7 years old. You couldn't find me, I was so wrapped up in it. I'm sure you've had those experiences. If you haven't, grab a child and grab a comforter. So much fun. Other things that we can add to our construction zone in our living room for tents and forts are things like throw pillows. And I don't mean throw the pillows, and you know that's what children are going to do with them. That's just part of the fun. The other thing is to add, these are scarves. I'm a huge believer in scarves. I have one I'm wearing today. I get scarves from the various thrift stores, 10, 25 cents. So you don't have to go to a major manufacturer to get scarves through some of the large agencies. You can just have used scarves or remnants of fabric. Go to your local fabric stores and ask them. Joann's Fabrics, Michael's Crafts, a lot of them actually have those types of materials already ready for you to take home. Other things that we can use for the construction in that dress-up area type of thing, cardboard. Cardboard boxes is another wonderful opportunity. Sticks, we can build with sticks, teepees, and forts, and support beams. And how do you hold all of these things together? One of the ways that I like to hold them together are clothespins. You can get 100 at the dollar store, and they're great for being able to clip things together to hold them. So if fabric is not being held well, you can clip the fabric together like this. Great for fine motor skills. Other things that you can use to join, rubber bands. A lot of packages come in with rubber bands. I get this off of broccoli stalks, okay? And you can join items together. Now takes much more dexterity for children. They may just loop it once, but what a great opportunity to do that. Another joining tool are these items. Let me bring it close. Bread ties. How many times do you just throw out the metal bread ties? Or maybe you're the pack rat that has a whole junk drawer full of bread ties. These are great for fine motor skills, to be able to join fabric together, to join the sticks together. They're a joining tool. Tape, rope, string, glue, pipe cleaners, all of these are joining tools that we can add to the different parts of our learning centers and learning environments to join. So I hope that as you go through your living room or your dramatic play, that you just place out items of fabric and items of cardboard, recyclable, reusable items, so that when children have the ability to create and become the environment themselves, that they will have that opportunity. Let's get ready to see how we can do music in your home. Welcome to the music room. Now, as you can see, you'll see music instruments around me because we're a musical family. But that does not stop you from having music in your life. Everybody turns on the car radio, their Spotify, their Pandora, their YouTube. So how about having children have the free access to music in your house? How about pots and pans? Many of these pots and pans I've picked up at thrift stores or yard sales or people just donating them. Didn't cost very much money. And in this treasure box is filled with musical type of instruments. Ooh, metal and plastic and wood. These types of instruments can be struck against the metal pans to create various types of sound. Let's take a listen. Children have a blast using these types of homemade items. You can find these in your drawers in the kitchen, or your neighbor has some, I'm sure. Now, one of the ways to extend this activity, not just smashing and banging on pans, is to use it in math. For example, if I put a circle and a triangle and a square on each of the items, I could ask the child to follow and read along with the card, left to right, emergent literacy, right? So if it says square, triangle, the child would go. So this is an A-B pattern, beginning emergent literacy. Children need this opportunity. And if you have that squirmy kid who loves music and needs to move, what a great opportunity to go square, triangle, triangle. If you have children in VPK already starting to learn their words and letters, you could add letters, you could add colors and matching games. You can also do syllables, things like the word little. How many sounds does that make? Little. That's counting for 2. Lots of opportunities in this music area with recyclable, reusable items that you can find in your home. The kitchen is a really popular room in the house for the family to gather. I've cooked many meals with children and other people hanging in my kitchen. So I usually tell them to go to the adjacent room, which tends to be an eating area. It could be your dining room, it could be eaten kitchen section, whatever. This area is also our craft area. Now you notice there's no coloring books, there's no markers, there's no crayons here. Many of those items children are using at school as well as their homes. In this case, again, I wanted to show how to use cardboard or reusable materials to create an environment for children to be problem-solving and creative. I'll show you this project in a minute. These boxes all come from packaging from things like microwave ovens or grills, whatever. So these boxes all came from different types of appliances. And I gave this set to my granddaughter, and she decided to just paint and design it. And this one hasn't been used yet, nor has this one, so we're waiting to use that. But what she'll do, or what children can do, is they can use the paints that are set out, different size brushes. So we have very short, stubby brushes or the fat bristles here. We have a wider brush to get a wider stroke. We can also have smaller watercolor brushes or small detail brushes that they can use. And then assorted paints. These are washable paints. These are poster paints. These are watercolor paints. Allows the child to mix and match the colors and the different textures. We call this an art media. We also have various paper around the table so that if they choose to tear up the paper and make collages, they're able to do that. I want to show you this particular item right here. This is one that my granddaughter made. Now, as she painted this, she decided that this was a city and that these were the roads. And then she accentuated it with sand, colored sand. And I'm not sure you can see this. I'll see if we can get the camera to close up. She made a person right here in the middle of the city. Has 2 eyes and a body. And that was the person in her city. Okay? Now, the other thing that she added was these race cars. Hot wheel cars, little cars. And she used them to drive along the streets of the city. I did not tell her what to do. I did not tell her what to use. She had a conversation, and during the conversation, she started to create these items. This is our next one. We hadn't quite figured it out, but we believe that this is going to be an area with a garden. So she's still working in progress on that one. But what a great opportunity for children to use recyclable, reusable materials in the home to work on all of the learning domains that they need to be ready for learning success. I know that everyone in their house has the lost sock. Yes, the lost socks. They are the socks that end up in the dryer. They went in the wash as a match and came out independent. We're going to see really quickly how to use socks in your home to create puppets. So for example, this is not a sock, but I wanted to show you how taking a wooden spoon, maybe from our music instrument area, and we made this cute. Her name is Elizabeth. There it is. There's Elizabeth. And she's just a piece of fabric, a couple of googly eyes, and some glue to add another piece of fabric. And that's Elizabeth. But a way to make a sock puppet is really simple, and most children are able to do this. So I'll introduce you to one of my other sock puppet friends. His name is Dude. Dude. What's up, Dude? Dude. That's all he says is Dude. Dude is a really easy sock puppet to make. It's one sock, two eyes, and some hair or an old bow that I've gotten from the dollar store, the craft store, or from the recycling centers. Some other ideas could be another type of bow there. This is a hair bow. See the elastic, right? Another way to make the hair bow could be to take an old glove. We don't live up north, but I have friends that have plenty of single gloves up north. And I know at local stores we have these wonderful googly eyes. This is Meep. Hi, Meep. Meep, Meep. Meep, Meep. And Meep, we can add hair as well by adding the hair bow. And all of a sudden now you have this adorable puppet. Children will love exploring puppetry and language and storytelling in using these puppets. And you don't need much to make your puppets. You need some old socks, a pair of scissors, some glue. And if you don't have access to some googly eyes, you can make it out of any of the paper products that you have in your home. Even things like coffee filters, napkins. You could use newspaper, tissue paper. These are some cardstock that we had in the house. So another great way to use recyclable, reusable materials in your home.